Welcome to New Durham Junction. Well, I put a little feed up yesterday regarding something big and blue coming to New Durham Junction. Well, it's arrived. So what it is, a lad called Edward Weeks over at Hereford Junction. I think it's Hereford Junction. Yeah. He sent me a loco for DCC sound fitting. So what he sent me, 2 seconds, and I'll show you. So it does require 2 sound chips. Now I think you know where this is going. We've got number one, which is HST dummy, and then we've got the HST power, but it's big and blue, remember. So thanks to Edward sending this up to us. I'm absolutely over the moon. I cannot wait to get started to do this. Hence this is part one. So part one is the introduction to the loco, and then we'll go from there. Part two will be, obviously I'll be fitting the sound to it and chipping it up. So the loco in question, as I said, big and blue. We've got the Midland Pullman train pack, which is the blue class 43 Hornby unit. This is a new one. It's the 21 pin one and not the 8 pin. So I'm really looking forward to getting this out. We'll give you a quick little insight to it. Blooming heck, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total of 11 cars, that's including the dummy car and the power car. So the Midland Pullman. The original Midland Pullman trains were introduced by British Rail in 1960. The 1955 moderation plan evenised luxury diesel express trains in the way of competing against motor cars in domestic travel and air. Built in Birmingham by the Metro Camel, 2 variants were created. The first 6 car set for London Midland region, operating from London to St Pancras to Manchester Central. And then there were 2 8-car units which ran on the western region from London Paddington to various destinations. To London, Manchester train was known as the Midland Pullman and reduced the record time in between the 2 cities from 3 hours 50 minutes to just 3 hours 15. Big time difference, eh? The last Midland Pullman ran in 1966 after the electrification for London and Euston Manchester Piccadilly line, which allowed journeys to be completed in just 2.5 hours. In 2020, it was announced that Locomotive Services Limited would be operating Midland Pullman service from St Pancras to Manchester Piccadilly along the Midland Main Line, existing new service. Offering amazing views of the Derbyshire Peak District, combines the historic Midland Pullman with the iconic Class 43 HST, which will feature in the new Nankin blue livery, replicating that of the original Midland Pullmans. So this one here, I do believe it has visited as far as Whitby, as far as I know. So this one here, it is a 1-to-1 collection Midland Pullman. It is HSC power car number M4346 and unmotorised power car M4355. It's part of the One Collection Museum at Margate. So what else Edward has sent me is we've got 4 of the coaches as well. So that's 2 there. So it makes 4 coaches and make like basically a 6-car rake. And that's pretty sizable for the size of my layout. So we've got Midland Pullman. After the HST Mark III coach variant was introduced, further Mark III coaches were introduced to the West Coast Main Line to use part of the locomotive haul trains. While the Mark III stock is standard for HST units, the standard locomotive haul stock were classed as Mark III A's, and Mark III A stock differs from Mark III stock due to the inclusion of buffers as well as different electrical system that uses a motor generator, units of each coach, power, air conditioning and other auxiliaries. The Mark III stock was built in 1984. From 1985 to 1988, the Mark III B coaches were then constructed to feature improved seating and lighting. Locomotive Services Limited (LSL) was a train operating company known for operating mainline rail tours. Heritage Diesel and Steam locomotives in 2017, upon being granted the certification to be operated mainline carriages, became the third company and certified to operate steam locomotives in mainline. These are responsible remaining for the famous Blue Pullman service operating a specially delivered HST with first class seating between London and Manchester. So, like I said, there's 4 coaches to go with this HST set. Wow. So what I'll do while I'm here, we'll put them down there and we'll quickly get one of the HST cars out of their box. I haven't got my power on my track yet, so bearing in mind. So the sound chips have come from Roads and Rails, Richard Croft. Please do check his page out. He's always got good sales on. Absolutely fantastic lad to deal with. He puts the right speakers to the right sound chips. Whatever you needed. Please, please, please look up Roads and Rails for all your DCC needs. He does cars, he does anything which you need. All it takes is a quick message. Look his page up on Facebook. It's called Roads and Rails. Look it up. Absolutely fantastic lad. I've had dealings with Richard in the past. I've bought sound chips off Richard in the past. And honestly, brilliant service. So I'm just taking one of the power cars out of here to show you. And all I can say is, wow. I have had the luxury of the Grand Central HST here at New Durham Junction, and it is nothing in comparison to autofocus to these. So obviously the body does need to come off. There's 4 screws which is allocated underneath, lifts the body off. We've also got working roof fans as well, which is absolutely brilliant. So I'm looking forward to getting the chips put in this. It's got sound chips to go in the dummy car and the power car. What I'll do, I'm going to put this logo on the line. I'm going to give you a good view at it with the camera, and then basically this, like I say, this is just part one of the video. Part 2 is yet to come, so bear with us a second and I'll be back. We'll put it on the track and we'll have a good look. Right, so here we are. We have got the blue Midland Pullman, Jeff Jury, 1930 to 1999, which is the Super Detail Class 43 in blue. Yes, I've got no power on my tracks at the minute, so basically it is DCC ready. But you can see in the detail on that, it looks absolutely hellish. Right, give us 2 seconds, we'll put a coach on the back and we'll see what that looks like. So there we go, we've got one of the coaches out the box. It's got tinted windows. To tell you the honest truth, I don't know if the coach lights up or not. Well, you can see the detail on the coach as well. It looks canny, I think. Obviously, when I get the other coaches and the dummy car put on, I think all in all, I think it'll look fantastic. Especially, I think Edward's going to order the rest of the coaches for it. So, absolutely really spot on. I really do like that. Obviously, yeah, it's not suited for, you have to excuse the darkness in the camera there. So there we've got the Class 43 Midland Pullman. Part 2 to follow later, guys, so please
keep your eyes open for part 2 coming out. See you soon. Take care. Happy modelling.